What happens when an escaped African slave becomes a powerful leader, diplomat, and protector of an entire region? Meet Alonso de Illescas, one of the most remarkable figures in colonial history. In 16th century Ecuador, he led a thriving maroon community that defied Spanish rule. He negotiated with the crown and built a legacy of indigenous resistance that forever will be remembered by the righteous. This is the untold story of the man who outsmarted the wicked. In 1586, the Royal Audiencia of Quito received a letter from a fugitive African maroon written with the aid of an itinerant Spanish missionary. The judges were amazed by his intelligence. The African, Alonso de Illescas, head of one of the maroon communities that had been flourishing on the coast of Esmeraldas since 1553, petitioned the court with a proposition and a veiled threat. The proposal implored the judges to honor an earlier promise giving Illescas political authority over Esmeraldas, the coastal province comprising the Maroons' homeland, and to halt their immoral plans to further colonize the surrounding territory near his micro-African community. He lived in Seville for 17 years before he was sent to the Caribbean to assist his captors. He first spent time on the island of Santo Domingo, where his owners established a merchant enterprise, which included clothing, cured meats, swords, horses, olive oil, wine, and the wicked selling of Africans. From the Indies, he traveled to Panama and then to Peru, the silver-producing capital of the early Spanish Empire. Records indicate that he and Alvaro, one of his wicked captors, were active in Peru by 1551. In 1553, he, along with 23 desired Guinea captives, departed the port of Panama on the southbound journey to Lima, Peru. They traveled along ragged, unfamiliar shorelines to reach the nearest settlement, Puerto Viejo. In the course of the journey, Illescas and the other captives decided to seize this moment of uncertainty and head into dense forest and claim their freedom. None of the crew or passengers ever reached Puerto Viejo. They struggled in the beginning, adapting to a new land with individuals who may not have understood each other. Their circumstance and desire to be free bonded them and guided them to building a strategic encampment. They eventually made alliances with natives and attacks against others. The natives were intrigued and cautious of their mysterious arrival. The initial leader of the group was an African named Anton. Historian Charles Beatty Medina offers two theories as to what became of him. One is that he died in war against colonials. The other is he was exiled from his community and might be the same person who was executed in fear of his sorcery by the Spanish in the 1580s. Illescas eventually rose to a power by way of alliances that he struck with the local Negua indigenous communities. Similar to other maroon communities, Illescas's community inhabitants intermarried with native communities, thus allowing him to establish a level of political authority and military power in the region. The African men intermarried with local native women, and their offspring at first were referred to as mulattoes by the Spanish and by the 1590s as zambos. Near the end of Illescas's life, he ruled his community with the help of his sons, Sebastian and Antonio. While Illescas did not live long enough to witness a peace agreement with the Real Audiencia of Quito, it was achieved. His son Sebastian obtained the title of Don and was recognized as leader over the Illescas Maroons by 1600. Sebastian received the sacrament of confirmation by Quito's bishop in 1600 and he took Alonso as his confirmation name. Illescas' family ruled Esmeraldas for 2 more generations. Our history is deep, powerful, and unstoppable. From resistance to resilience, we've always found a way to rise. Keep building, keep believing, and never forget, we are our ancestors' wildest dreams in motion. Peace and power to all the righteous souls.